guys. So we start this party off with praise. Hey. So I'll model the praise game. I want to dish major praise to Lauren for Lauren and Amin for really working with the Passport team to get Gitcoin Passport integrated, and also just making us look so professional in all of our calls. So thank you guys. I also want to give major praise to Algene and Breachies for just like doing all the hard work in the outreach for optimism and everything, and really like dealing with my random, oh, I need this, and then I walk away and have calls for 12 hours. So thank you so much, Algene, for all the hard work that you do. And I also want to give praise to Mitch doesn't ever get enough praise for me. Like every time I go into the forum, I'm blown away by some amazing forum posts that Mitch writes. And like just cat herding around the subdalification, I guess I will just put out there as like another major piece of the puzzle that we all get to enjoy because of all of Mitch's work. So I will throw it to Lauren.
Thank you, Griff. I want to praise Griff and Suga and Algene and Breachies and Jake and maybe other people for all the outreach on the Optimism Retroactive Public Goods funding and getting all of our names before the badge holders. I also want to praise Steve for the awesome Twitter meeting this morning and for pointing out that the Giveth Twitter has been shadow banned and working proactively on how to resolve that. And I also want to praise the entire Spanish translations team, Mateo, Franco, Amin, Brichis, Cotave, and I'm not sure who else worked on this, but it's so cool that we have Spanish on our DAP, and I know it made a lot of the broader community excited. So that's it, and I'll pass it to Mitch.
Thanks, Lauren. I want to praise Algene and Griff for doing all of the work for the outreach for friends and fam. For the PFP minting party, I want to praise Almond for just like being a good like mirror and letting me just like talk to her while I like figure out a lot of things that are like often complicated relating to Giveth. I want to praise Thompson for taking some time to hang out with me every week to talk about the PFP integration and GiveFi designs. And I will pass it on to Heather.
Yeah, I want to praise Nico for all of his hard work. He has done so much with supporting HHR projects like the CODA, the peer review, everything. And then I want to praise everyone who helped with the push for optimism. There was a big group of us trying to figure it out. And then I also want to praise Franco for just being a great quantification team leader. And I will pass it over to Algene.
Hello, everyone. I want to praise Frischel for providing me the complete list of all the active members of the Giveth Galaxy as of March 2023. I also want to praise Bridges for working with me in finalizing the list of Twitter usernames for the OP badge holders. I also want to praise Jake for drafting the final message for the last push of the earthquake relief funding outreach. I'm going to post all my other praises on the channel. I'm passing it to Frischel.
Okay, thanks, Algene. I want to praise Griff for syncing with me and processing ETH Denver and fee reimbursements. And I want to praise Heather and Nicola for the teamwork on updating the contributor feedback form questions. And I want to praise Mitch for his leadership and dedication on the subdalification. I'll pass it to Tussin.
Hi, everybody. So I want to praise Mitch for his feedbacks on the PFP collection, and he's just been there. And I also want to praise Griff for his also very insightful feedbacks on the PFP collection. It's really been great syncing with y'all, and I want to praise Mo for being a superstar and a great partner on the design working group. I'll pass to Mateo.
No luck, Mateo? Let's throw it over to Almond.
Thank you. I want to praise Mitch for all the hard work that he's put to the PFP collection. I want to praise Lauren and Steve for reacting so fast in the shadow ban and just trying to fix it ASAP. And I want to praise Rochelle for being on top of the ETH member reimbursements and always take care of us and be great. And I'll pass it to Jake.
Cool. For me, I want to start with optimism. There was a bunch of people, as Heather was saying, that did a bunch of good work this week. Well done. I want to praise Elgene for finishing up with the earthquake relief outreach. Really well done on that. And then lastly, since we have a huge push for NFTs, PFPs, Mitch and Santi, well done on that. And let me hand it over to Juan. Have you gone?
Thank you, Jake. Yeah, I would like to praise all the people in the Giveth house in Barcelona. Man, that's an amazing vibe in that house, and yeah, I just love all the memories, and to have that place is amazing. So like Franco, Lauren, Griff, Septi, and Sam, big praise. Also praise to Nicola and Ashley and Heather for stepping up with gravity in Giveth. And I would also like to praise Mitch, yeah, for the PFP collection, and for supporting me yesterday that I had some questions. So I will pass it to Almond.
Talk a little bit about the developer advocacy
You go.
work that we have coming up.
I already went. Yeah, I
Okay.
Yeah, she did.
I can take it.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I want to praise the whole team. There are so many people behind this upcoming PFP launch. You've done an amazing work preparing everything all the way through the last couple of months, and it's really exciting that it's coming up now finally and going live. So I'll be writing praise to a bunch of people in the channel on that. I also want to praise Claire, Lauren, Allman, and Steve for such a productive sync on our social media strategy yesterday. Love that we're taking things up a notch. And I want to praise Kotabe actually for stepping up in our comms meeting to move forward with testing the upcoming fiat integration and acting as a liaison for comms to get the facts right for upcoming content around this. The rest I write in the channel, and okay, now I don't know who to pass it to. Cheyenne, did you go already?
Oh, hey all. I think this is my first time I'm contributing in the praisal side. I just want to praise all your beautiful souls for doing this great work. I'm not sure about the details in these days, but keep it up. And I have to call someone. I'll call Nastia.
Nastia, are you there? That black rabbit with pink eyes? No. Okay, cool.
No.
Then let's throw it over to Carlos. Oh, Carlos isn't here anymore. Let's throw it over to Franco.
Thank you, Griff. I was unmuted. I want to praise the dev team, especially because they're handling so many launches lately. They launched the Polygon, they launched the Spanish translation. I want to praise also everyone who's been working on the Optimism Grand Shilling. I think that's very important work, and I hope we get a good rank for that. And I want to give praise to Ashley as well for updating her role proposal and focusing on the things that she needs to focus right now. And I'll pass it over to Nicola.
Thanks, Franco. Happy Thursday, everyone. I also want to praise Ashley for updating her role proposal because now she can focus on more effective tasks and actually empower other people to step up and walk in the pub. And it's great. You're always great role model for me, and thanks for being the best buddy in the world. And I also want to praise Heather and Freshell for this initiative around even adjusting and updating the contributors' feedback and reaching out to Gravity's team and asking for insights. That was very lovely. And I also want to praise, I think out loud, really Mitch for his tireless work around this subdelification process and like never ending adjustments and really just get hurting all this all. Yeah, this is just amazing, and I'm excited to see where it's gonna go. So I'm gonna dish rest of my praise in the channel, and I'll pass it back to Mateo. Are you ready? Are you gone? You're here. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Nicola. I was super distracted that moment. Thank you. For me, my side, praise to all of the dev team. Many releases going on this week. Praise to Mitch for leading the PFP that is going live today. Yeah, many praises, but I will type them down because I'm a bit distracted. So I'll pass it to Rachel. Did you go?
She did, but Madeline hasn't gone. Is Madeline still? Yeah. Would you like to play the praise game, Madeline? No?
Hi.
Oh, yeah.
Hi. Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning,
Uh,
GM.
I would like to praise Ashley. I'm still new. I'm learning a lot, but I really want to praise her for all of the information that she's sending me and kind of teaching me along the way just to learn what you guys are doing and how to get involved. So she's been amazing, and I'd like to praise her for that.
Nice. And what about Green Digital Guardians? Are you there, or would you like to play the praise game? Green Digital? No? Okay, then how about Mohit? And maybe I hope I'm saying that correctly. I have a lazy American tongue.
Yeah, hey, hi. And I just want to thank Ashley for inviting us and giving us a spotlight, talk about what we're building at Magik. And like we really love to see like people using crypto and on-chain assets to help real people in the world. And yeah, thanks a lot for being a positive force in the industry.
Nice. And I'll pass it for you. Let's throw it over to Nico.
Thanks, Griff. I'd like to give my praise to the HR team for all the accomplishment that we had this month and this week, for the shared accountability, Ahmad, Frischel, and Heather. Also, praise to Heather and Nicola and Frischel for the updates on the contributor feedback questions. And praise to Ashley for being on top of all her buddy calls. And I'm passing it back to you, Griff. I don't know who to pass to.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's throw it over to Rod.
Oh, hey, thanks. I really like your praise game, and I want to praise Katavi. He's been really nice. He's been in touch with the Solar Pan Guild, and thanks to him, I haven't missed your NFT, PFP NFT, and I'm really happy to support your community. And I'd like to pass it back to Griff because I had some issues with the internet. I have no idea who already have praised.
No
And of course,
worries.
thanks the whole team.
Yeah, thanks for jumping in, man. Yeah, and next I think we'll throw it over to Santi.
Thank you, GM everyone. I want to give praise to Mateo for leading the Fiat ramp integration, for all the dev team involved in the Polygon deployment and the coming deployments on Cello and Optimism, and for all the new PFP collectors, where we have 35 out there. Back to you, Griff.
Wow, that's epic. Well, then let's throw it over to Danny. I see Danny just rolled in. You got any praise to dish, Danny?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. No. I want to praise Corey for coming to visit in Costa Rica.
No.
No, I'll type my praise in. I'm just happy to hear you guys and see you.
It's good to see you too, Danny. There's only one person left. It's Ashley. Do you want to dish some praise, Ashley?
I do. I want to praise the Communitas group for hearing me, seeing me, and especially Nicola for like stepping up in the Discord, Claire as well, and like starting to answer questions. I see you guys supporting, and it's really great to see. Also, Nicola has done such a great job with Gravity, creating the new forum post, planning Meet the Makers, and just like really stepping up, taking some leadership positions. So I want to like dish some praise to Nicola as well. Almond, she's working so hard to create our ambassador program, working with designers for the Aprendamos refi, coordinating Twitter spaces, getting stuff ready for the next GM session. Like she's always doing so many things in the background. And also Mitch. Mitch is doing so much all the time as well. The subdivification, and not even just with that, but like always leading in the forum and having great responses and creating posts and like really just putting things out there. He's also created a DAO lens for us, and he feels like kind of like our community dev link from our community group, and I really appreciate that. So those are my three, and I think back to you, Griff. Oh, okay.
Oh man, that's too bad. It was a great intro. No. Yeah, welcome to Community Call 155. You just experienced praise. This is where we do decentralized updates, but also with the lens of gratitude. And the coolest thing about praise, though, is that if you type it in the Discord, it actually turns into Give tokens for the community. So you have the power to distribute the Give token to anyone in this community whenever you dish praise. So, but only if you write it down. It doesn't count when we say it in the beginning of the calls. Yeah, and as far as big announcements this week, as always, or well, not always, hopefully, but we are still trying to support fundraising for the earthquakes in Syria. But actually, the earthquake relief project is no longer. Sadly, we didn't actually hit our goal of $25,000. We did raise though about $8,300, and that's really great, and it's already been I think the multi-sig transaction has gone through to actually send funds to the other three projects on the list here that are raising to support the victims of the earthquake in Turkey and Syria. So definitely know that we're the best place to donate crypto for that, as well as as was mentioned a lot in the praise, we did a lot of let's say evangelizing of Giveth to the Optimism crew. But on top of the Optimism donations that are out there, oh no, we still have space for one more person to come in, Ashley, so we don't have to turn off our cameras yet. But as well as having the Optimism stuff, the Optimism going, DAO Drops has 1 day left. So if you are a DAO, if you've been experienced with DAOs, if you deploy smart contracts, definitely please click this link. I'll put it in the chat when I'm done talking. But go check to see if you have voting power in DAO Drops and vote for your favorite projects, including Giveth. There's 1 day left. And also PFP minting party right after this. So that's really exciting. And I'm sure others will talk about that one. So with that, let's just jump over to the communications working group. Corey, do you want to give us some comms updates?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Griff. Yeah, so first updates from the comms side. We have put out some communications around our activities at East Denver, including a really cool recap in this awesome blog post written by Suga that's detailing everything that we were up to. So go check it out. Lots of fun details in there. And don't forget to give it some supportive claps at the bottom, because a lot of effort went into this. Yeah, so that's a really cool one. And we also shared it, of course, on our social media. So you can find links to it there as well. Love the pictures. We collected so many pictures from this event. And what else regarding East Denver? We also, oh yeah, thanks for the claps. Exactly. Remember, you can add up to 50 claps. So let's get the numbers up there. And we also shared a really great soundbite from Lauren's talk at East Denver, why DAOs will change the world. These are really, really fun to share on Twitter. And this is a great quote. So go ahead and show it some love and share it to your network. And next update, Giveth has gone international. So as we mentioned, in the praise, website translation is now available in Spanish for the entire website, which makes Giveth so much more inclusive for the rest of the world. And so this is a really big launch. Praise to the dev team for getting this out and for everyone for promoting it this week. Super cool. I'm sure there's more to come on that end. And as already mentioned, we had our last comms push this week for the Optimism and DAO drops, retroactive public goods funding rounds. Optimism ends today, but DAO drop still has tomorrow, as Griff mentioned, as the deadline's tomorrow. So please spread the word and encourage those votes. And what else? We had this great interview between Griff and Dowlands, where you can hear from Griff directly explaining the mission behind Giveth and more. This is also a really fun one with Vix. So go ahead and check that one out as well if you want to hear a fun interview. And then just a couple of reminders. Givebacks round is out, so don't forget to claim your give. And then we also, with our latest Polygon integration, we released a whole list of eligible tokens that you can now donate to, they can donate on Polygon with. So I just wanted to make sure to share that list in case you missed it. Just a big FYI, it's pretty cool. And final update, of course, we mentioned the Givers minting party is today, so didn't want to leave that off the list. See you right after this call at the top of the hour. We're all going to be there. It's going to be really fun. And then coming soon from comms, we have next week coming up, we have the Giveth referral program that we're planning to launch. So we've got lots of content last minute now being finalized and getting ready to go. And we also are planning announcements for our upcoming fiat integration. So stay tuned for more on that end. That's it from comms. I'll pass it over to you, Ashley, for the Community Task Working Group.
Sure, but now we do have to turn off our videos. Sorry, guys. Bye. I miss you all. Okay, take it away, Ashley.
Thanks, Corey. And Communitas Working Group, we have our community AMA and orientation call. So if you are a contributor who wants to start contributing to Giveth, or a project owner that has questions about how to get your project verified, anything, come to the call and you can ask away. We will help you. We also have our working group calls on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Costa Rica time. And if you're interested in becoming a community builder, you can join us there. Our updates. First and foremost, we are trying to be one of the first working groups to have our proposal up for the sub-DAOification. So if you haven't filled out the type form to help us define the communitas and the goals of the Giveth community, please fill it out. It's not just for our working group, it's for everybody involved in our community, and it will really help us to define where we're headed and what our goals are. We also have the ambassador program launching soon. So if you're interested in becoming one of the first Giveth ambassadors, help us define the program, the structure, and how it works, you can fill out this type form that's linked here. And also, we're planning our next Meet the Makers. It will be April 19th around Earth Day, and this one's going to be in Spanish, so that's exciting. It'll be our first Meet the Makers in Spanish. You can nominate projects that are focused around kind of environmental causes and things like that. And there's a link to catch the last session, the last Meet the Makers that we had, so that you can see kind of how it flows. Also, we did a workshop with the Solar Punk Guild. You can watch it here on YouTube, and they went through a whole process. We got like 6 projects onboarded during that workshop. Really awesome. And we've got some events coming up, our upcoming Twitter Spaces. We've got one about the Giveth referral program. That'll be on the 29th of this month. One about the importance of Latin America and the Web3 community with Bankless Brazil on April 12th. And another one coming up about the Panvala Stamps program on April 26th. If you haven't heard, this quarter, 2 of the Giveth projects really actually got some significant funding through the Panvala Stamps program. There was one Emprende DAO. I think they're going to be getting almost 6,000 6,000 USD equivalent to their project for this stamps program. So if you're a community leader or project owner and you want to know how to empower your community and get support through the stamps program, tune into this Twitter space. We'll have lots of information for you. All of these Twitter spaces can also be found on Spotify or on YouTube. So if you missed any of the ones in the past, you can catch them there, and there's links down below. Up in the corner, we're always collecting brainstorming ideas for community spotlights, Twitter spaces, Giveth essentials. We've got quite a few on the list at the moment, but we can always take more ideas, and we're rolling them out every week. So you can also find the past Giveth essentials down at the bottom linked. And a new forum post just went out, reintroducing Gravity and Giveth, kind of like formalizing Gravity's role here in Giveth. And there's a poll in there. Check it out. Nicola put it up. It's looking great. And their next monthly sync will be April 14th, 10 a.m. Costa Rica time. So if you want to join them, you want to get involved, you want to become a Graviton, DM Nicola. She'll help you find your path. And if there's any conflicts or tension that you're feeling in the community, you've got some resolutions that need to be found, let's use them as a learning tool and a growth tool for our community. And there's another type form yet here that you can fill out for that. And that's what I've got for this week. Back to you, Griff.
Wow, that was awesome. Man, I just love that you turned GM into a verb. That's beautiful. So next is the development working group. Who wants to take it for the dev team?
I'll take it, Griff.
Nice.
Hey guys, so Mateo here for the development working group. This week for us, it was a mix of a slow but also very moved week. The Middle Eastern team members are celebrating Nowruz, that is like a spring welcoming, so most of them were like unavailable, but even though we did many launches, among that it was the internationalization. We have Spanish, as Cory mentioned, in our app available. Many of those launches that you can see there were since last week. So the PFP collection is going live for everyone besides the whitelisted on the site. So you can mint the NFT. You can join us to the party just right after this call. There is already 36 out of 1250 minted already. Besides that, the referral program has been making a bit of some changes for the give back rewards. So it's soft launched, but we are making a little bit of changes for disallowing people to not take advantage of this referral program. Fiat Exploration is hopefully going live next week with Mount Pelerin and hopefully on Ramper. Not very sure about that one, but at least Mount Pelerin is going to be live. And for extra information, Polygon was also released last week. We have full support on that network. We have a purple list of tokens ready to be donated in that network. For random updates that we have been working on this week, we are trying to give support to Optimism as well. It's almost done. There is only a couple of changes needed for the backend, and we are ready. We added also NFT support to the subgraph. We are making some givebacks improvements and many bug fixes. So yeah, very exciting. Hopefully Optimism happens very soon, because yeah, that's really cool. That's it. Please stay for the NFT minting party. Pass it back to you, Griff.
It's me.
Thanks, Mateo. Yeah, take it, Lauren.
Next slide. We have calls. They're on Wednesdays. Give Economy Working Group. Hi, I'm Lauren, and I am your Give Economy steward. Mateo mentioned that the PFP is going live today, and we are in the development side working on the integration of the PFP and the user profile. So trying to make it really easy. If you have a PFP that you can, like if you have an NFT, it can like really easily be added to be your profile pic on Giveth. And then this will also mean that your donations are highlighted and look like extra baller with a little PFP next to your name. Also in the Give Economy, we are almost done the Regen Farms redesign update, where we were splitting apart the main cards from the stream so that we can kind of have streams continuing while farms get archived. So that design is ready for testing now and should be going live pretty soon. Mateo already mentioned that we were working on building Cello, but we should be working on Optimism, but we should be working on building Cello. So we are now shifting focus a little bit to integrating Cello Chain, and hopefully can get that out before we're launching Optimism. And on the Give Power side, there is a forum post up right now requesting Give to extend the Give Power staking. The rewards that we allocated when we started the program are about to run out. They run out on April 18th. So please vote in that soft poll or take a look at the proposal and see if you think that that is a reasonable amount of Give to extend the program for. Yeah, and actually it was the other link, Griff, but so now I'm going to talk about project sorting. We're also talking about making the projects reorder immediately when someone boosts them with Give Power. So we're looking at like ways in which we can do that, basically so that people can see the immediate effect of their Give Power on the project organization on the page. And we are also looking into what it will require to have Give Power available on other chains as well. So you could actually stake your Give on Cello, for example, get Give Power, and then use that Give Power anywhere on the DApp to be boosting projects. On the research side of things, we've got GiveBuy, which actually has its own call right now that's moving to a weekly cadence starting next week. The main focus of GiveBuy, or the MVP of GiveBuy, will really just be Give Savings. So I linked the issue there where there's all the call notes and updates from Mitch. And finally, Gitcoin Passport integration. Amin and I just had a call with somebody from the Gitcoin Passport team and are looking into how we can integrate Passport onto Giveth as a first step towards moving towards this QF integration. That's all I have for the Give Economy working group, and I will pass it on to the design working group. Oh my God, fundraising. Sorry, fundraising.
It's okay. I don't see Yas here, but I can take it for fundraising. The big push has been Optimism. We went hard on Optimism, and already we saw some people who were releasing their votes in public, and they were putting Giveth down. So that's amazing. The biggest thing though right now is that we have DAO drops. 1 day, 8 hours left. Connect your wallet, vote for Giveth and your other favorite projects. But definitely make sure, if you can, you're here in the Giveth community call. Don't be shy. Go check DAO drops, and while you wait and are listening to us, DAOdrops.io, and see if you have voting power. Connect your wallet. It'll tell you if you have voting power. You have to have POAPs and all these things, but definitely check it out. The rest, we also are making really good, just to highlight some, making really good progress with CowSwap. And this actually needs to make it into our dev calls now at this point, where they're going to they have a white label version, and they are open to us basically adding a checkbox that says donate 1% to CowSwap's charity fund, right? And then CowSwap token holders would be able to use Pairwise or something like that to actually send money to their favorite projects on Giveth. So that's happening, and it seems to have a lot of interest. So I think the current word on the street was that from their side is that they'd be interested in us starting by just forking their code and doing it. So that could be a fun little Skunkworks project. Definitely reach out to me if you want to try to take it on. And with that, I'll just leave it at that. And so we have more time for the spotlight. Let's throw it over to the design working group.
Hi everybody, design working group. So we're almost done with single project page structure. So we're just trying to fix some issues on users creating a project, and then we're trying to make it ready and then hand it over to to the devs. And you could check the Figma link there, and if there's any comments you want to drop, just let us know. And we've been working on the Giveth Mini prototype, Giveth Lite, for a while now. I think this, like we said, this will make it easier, just trying to share a mini prototype of Giveth with your friends, with anybody who you think can be interested in checking Giveth out. So I think this just brings the most important parts of Giveth on the mini prototype, and then this ensures a more seamless way of telling people what Giveth is all about. You could also actually just check the maze link there and try and interact with it. If there's also any feedback you would like us to know, us trying to improve the flow, let us know. And tickets. So we are working on rebranding Giveth, actually. So now tickets is basically we could say we're getting a little bit tired of of the work Giveth is doing. We are building the future of giving. We're trying to change the world for a better place. It gets boring after a while. So we decided to fork Giveth into a new project, Ticket. So now instead of future of giving, now we're taking. We're building the future of taking. Our mission is to transform the way we extract funds from private goods. We milk users. That's just the basic goal right now. And how it works will actually, allow private goods list themselves on the platform for, a particular fee, just a small fee of $10,000 US. And then 99% of this fee will go into the ticket treasury. And projects can also choose to essentially you pay to play by buying unstable ticket token. It's not going to be stable, so so that you'll be able to unlock your donations. And we're also planning to launch we'll call it the last quarter of the year 2034. So at the end of the day, keep looking forward to it. So if you want if you actually want to contribute, you want to be early, you could just tweet us your private, yeah, you heard it right, your private keys or your seed phrase, and then for a chance to enter our airdrop. And it may and it might not happen. So yeah, we're looking forward to take it. And let's see. And I was still working on the Giveth preliminary exploration. We still exploring all possible features. And basically, the purpose of Giveth is actually we're working on generating revenue for Giveth by actually using incoming donations to generate yield on DeFi. So our yield can be used for whatever Giveth needs. We have a lot of needs, either buying back give or covering operational costs of the DAO, or we could do both. We're still trying to explore the best way to actually use this. So for Giveth, we have two distinct products we are still exploring. These products will be what's under the umbrella of Giveth. That's Give Savings and Give Endowment. So for Give Savings, to allow project owners to opt in to earn a yield on their incoming donations, and their project keeps a fair share of the yield, and Giveth also keeps a portion, win-win situation. And for the Give Endowment, it will allow givers to actually create their own endowment, in which investors can actually provide funds to generate yield on Giveth. Yield earn is then directed to one of many sources which the endowment user can decide. It could be project, it could be in a matching pool, or it could back to the endowment itself. So we're still working on making this easy, seamless for the users to actually understand, and looking forward to that too. And also working on NFT use cases. We're implementing and working on allowing the PFP holders to set their NFTs as their Giveth that profile picture. You could check the Figma link there. We've gotten some feedbacks from Griff, and trying to implement those. And if you also have any thoughts on, you could drop a link or just send a message to and tag either me or Mo, and then you let us know. And then finally, help us improve Giveth. Like we're always saying, improve Giveth. If you have any feedback, if you think there are ways we could actually improve the platform, just drop a message on the design working group and let us know. And that's all for the design. Now back to Griff for giving on cycle.
Thanks, Tossin. Yeah, Take This sounds really exciting. I like the sound of that. I didn't want to spoil it by showing the Figmas, so we can all be surprised. Vacation. Monique's taking next week off, guys. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're probably all screwed. No, just kidding. We'll survive. But actually, I'm surprised he's the only person taking any vacation coming up. So I guess we'll all be working a lot. Take vacation, go out there, have some fun, take a break. Also, lots of stuff, lots of action going on in the forums. We're launching the referral program. We're giving there's talk about 50% on the forum, so definitely follow the Chainvine forum post. Home office money being distributed, how that's all working. There's a little debate there. Subdalification, maybe a call next Monday about this, hopefully. There's, of course, this one's pretty important. Like, go into Karma and add your forum link. We're starting to use Karma to track DAO contributions. So it looks like Mateo hasn't added their link all the way. Who else? Kai, Danny, Amin, Suga, Willie. Look at all these great people who could be adding their forum tracking. But to do that, you just have to go to this forum post, click this link, click the link, and then it'll give you something to paste in here. It's super easy. Let's see what else. Rewards distribution for praise, rewards calculation for praise. How much of a bonus should we give non-contributors that aren't paid to do work here that get praise? Real questions need real answers. We're debating all these things in the forum. So yeah, praise moving to Twitter, also a really cool proposal. Another one of those Mitch forum posts that's really interesting. Yeah, and with that, I'll pass it to the man himself. Mitch, you want to take it away for the DAO working group?
Yeah, sure. So we have our governance calls happening on Mondays, 10 a.m. Eastern. That's 4 p.m. Central European. And we got some teams. On-chain governance. We got an Aragon DAO, we got Gardens, we got Gnosis Safe, we got Token Log, Snapshot, everything. Some notables to talk about. As Griff mentioned, the Karma Analytics dashboard is up. Next step, working with the team to maybe produce rewards data. So like data that we could use, that we could eventually plug into our reward system if we so choose. The sub-dalification session is scheduled. So Griff mentioned on that, we're going to be having it this coming Monday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And it'll be for an hour and a half. So make sure you block off that time. In the DAO, some stuff to vote on. If you have the NRGive reputation token, you can vote on Algene's role proposal. In the Give Garden, there's just a few hours left for topping up the NRGive treasury from the Give Garden. Oh, that's the wrong one. Whoops. But anyway, that's set to pass the right proposal there. Griff's got it there now. Yeah. Don't freak me out like that, man. So that's set to pass. That's going to be moving 42 million Give from the Give Garden Treasury into the NRGive to continue our contributor reimbursement payment scheme. In the multi-sigs, I checked before this call, and there are no multi-sig things to sign. But in the meantime, I snuck up this snapshot proposal following the engineering praise for Twitter post that was up for about 6 days. So we'll have another week to go through this and vote on it, and that'll end on March 30th. But from what I saw, everyone seemed to be mostly, if not excited for it, and hugely in favor. So that's what I got there. And apart from that, I don't know. What else we got? Minting party after this call. Token log. What's that looking like? Oh, wow. QF. Giveth referral program, quadratic funding, fiat integration, Giveth PFP collection, project discussions. If you don't know what the heck Griff is looking at here, this is our token-weighted backlog. So if you hold Give or GGive tokens, you can go in here and vote on the new products or features that you want to see Giveth to build. And so you can go in there, connect, and vote on things with the Giveth tokens that you hold on Gnosis chain. And I think that's about it. Wow. Griff is dowering live. Look at it. All right, that's it for the DAO. I'll pass it on to Griff.
Nice. Thanks, Mitch. That was great. We got a lot going on in our DAO. But yeah, Magic Labs. So excited to have another beautiful community spotlight. And this time we actually have lots of time for you. So that's really nice. I probably can't do you guys justice for introducing. Mohit, do you wanna take over and give us a little introduction to what you guys are up to?
Thanks a lot, Griff, for giving us the spotlight to introduce ourselves. So we are a fintech company. We've been building in the crypto space for many months now, and we are also a Y Combinator company for the current batch. It was founded by me and my co-founders. We are both second-time founders building to solve real-world problems in crypto. And what essentially we are trying to solve is for cross-border payments of moving money into crypto or moving money out of crypto. And we provide apps like Giveth or any other applications with APIs that they can use to send money from US to any other country. So for instance, Giveth has projects for AIDS in Turkey, and using us you could send money from USDC in US or US dollars directly in US to someone's bank account in Turkey. And right now we are up with the on-ramp product where we can on-ramp users from multiple different countries, and we're going live with off-ramping APIs in 4 different countries next week. So that would be Brazil, Philippines, Nigeria, and India. So from next week, if there is a community, there is basically a project in Giveth that needs to off-ramp money to multiple different users in Turkey. Then using Magik's API, you can actually send money directly to people's bank accounts instead of having any middleman to claim that money and then sending it out. Yeah, sorry. Do you want? Can I send you a link for a demo for the off-ramping bit?
Sure, yeah, and you can also share screen if you want. I mean, I'm just sharing because I'm here, but I can always pass the torch. But you can also just you can send the link in the chat.
Awesome. Let me just do both and okay. Okay. So I'm gonna have to rejoin once because my Discord doesn't have screen sharing permission. So give me just give me 10 to 20 seconds and I'll be back. Thanks.
Wow. I'm just looking in the chat. The market is pumping. So happy about the Givers launch, huh?
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
Alright guys, thanks a lot for your patience, and let me just show you a demo of what is going live next week that we really feel could help Giveth pay out funds. We are also helping a bunch of other companies send aids to Nigeria as well as Philippines using Magik's API. And right now for aids, we are doing it at free of cost, so we're not taking any kind of commission in the middle. So as you can see, like, you can put your bank account details, you can select which cryptocurrency you have that you want to off ramp, and you will get the price codes. Then you have to basically do a simple sign up as well as KYC. We have different KYC providers for different country, and we make sure that whichever KYC providers we use can support most of the people in that country. So we use local KYC providers with very high success rates. So then you can send the money through using MetaMask, or we can give you an address on which to send the money to. It can even be integrated into smart contracts. And once the money is sent and the bank account details are sent as well, then you will get the local currency in your bank account within 2 to 3 minutes. So,
Is there sorry, is it question and answer time?
Yeah.
Very amazing. It's a very incredible product. That's it's really slick, really beautiful UX. I'm just wondering, like, for instance, we have there's a contributor to General Magic that's in India, and it's very hard for them to accept crypto payments. How have you gotten around the rules of India around that?
Yeah, so in India, actually, because I am from India, I'm actually in India right now. So in India, we have very good support for both sending money and receiving money in Indian rupees to any cryptocurrency.
But like, aren't there rules around owning crypto? Like, I guess, like say we have a contributor who is in India, and right now we pay them through Upwork, because then they can say, oh yeah, I'm getting paid through Upwork. It's easy for them to do their taxes and all of that. If using your product, would they be able to claim the income, or is it just magical money that shows up in their bank account?
So they can claim income using our product, and you could integrate our APIs into your product, where you could just press a button and say, hey, we want to send this guy 200 USDC, and then the money would hit their bank account. In India, the laws are kind of in the gray for crypto, but crypto is not illegal to hold in India. Crypto is completely legal. There has been multiple Supreme Court orders saying that. And but for the taxes, it is then up to the person to actually fill the tax information. There is no way to do a tax deduction at source for you. So you will send the money, they will receive the entirety of money, and then all the tax liability falls on them to fill out properly.
Cool.
But it is not illegal. Yeah, it's completely legal and it's completely doable.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any questions? I know Hannah's. I don't know if you heard that, but maybe we can finally get off of Upwork and for Shell. We can finally get off of Upwork. So that'd be cool.
I'm also really interested on how we can use this to help projects off-ramp their funds too. Like, we've been looking for off-ramping solutions for a lot of our projects that have a hard time doing it in their area. So I'm curious how we can continue this conversation and maybe find some solutions for some of those project owners.
Absolutely. I think this is one of the use cases that we're seeing a lot as use of the off-ramping bit. And we would love to discuss the actual product integration of how that would work from a country support perspective. We typically what we do is we have to go to each country and then figure out the local laws, compliance, and different liquidity sources for that country. And right now we already have like a strong pipeline for Latin America, Southeast Asia, India, and multiple different countries, including Nigeria, Ghana, in Africa. But for, like, let's say if you give us some country which we do not support, then it will take us like 2 weeks to 3 weeks to actually figure out everything for that country, and then we can add that very quickly after that. I hope that was I was able to explain like how basically like we operate, and if some projects need off ramping in a particular country, then you can just tell us that this is the country where they need off ramps in, and we'll get back to you whether it's already live, when it's going live, or like what's the where is it in the roadmap for us.
Which countries did you say were the first ones?
So India, Nigeria, Philippines, Ghana, Brazil, and are going next week, and then multiple countries in Latin America and Southeast Asia will be going 2 weeks later.
Wow, that's quite the list. Where do we go to get the full list? Is that like out there somewhere, or I guess maybe it's after it's launched?
Yeah, it's not, unfortunately, it's not out there right now. But yeah, for next week we'll be live with Nigeria, Ghana, Philippines, and Brazil. So, and India as well. And so if there's any of these countries, we can quickly provide support for crypto payments as well as for USD payments from US to those countries.
Cool. Yeah, because you said that it's just on-ramping first and then off-ramping later.
Yes, so we can actually do the on-ramping in US and then do the off-ramping in that country. So somebody in US could actually send aid to somebody in Nigeria just using a bank ACH transfer.
Cool. Any other last questions? Yeah, Kotabe.
Well, first, congrats. I think it's great that you are on Y Combinator. I'm sure they're going to help you a lot, and for the product, it just looks great. We are actually right now testing with some on-ramping service, and our experience has been like we don't have just a great success rate. So maybe about 30-40% with like using credit cards. And so my question, I don't know if you already have some statistics or you will need to do it after the launch. But if you do you know like what the success rate of on ramping to crypto?
Hi, I'm sorry. Actually, I was not able to properly discern. Could you repeat your last question? Yeah, I think the volume in my speaker is not high enough, I think. Yeah.
Sorry. No, the question is, what is the success rate, or do you already know the success rate of the on-ramper?
In the US, which country are we? Do you want to know the success rates for?
Sure, give us US and Europe states probably.
Yeah, so in the United States, the success rates are pretty high. I would say around 70%. In the other countries, the success rates are much lower, especially like Southeast Asian countries, India, and so forth. So for these countries, we actually have to add local providers because credit cards don't work for these countries. And so the success rates actually depend like a lot on the payment method being used, the country, the amount of payment being made, and as well as like the mood of the governments in that country at that time, unfortunately. So yeah, but typically like you could get more than 50% success rates in all the countries that we have gone out to support. So for instance, like in India, we can do like more than 80% success rates because we have paid special attention to these countries. Otherwise, as a general whole, we support a shallow level of support for multiple different countries where we support credit card payments, and there the success rates are much less. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. And thank you so much, Mohit, for this and also for working on this challenge, because it's been a challenge for Giveth for the last 2 years. We've been trying to get good fiat integration, and by working with partners with you that can make that possible. So thank you so much for the hard work in this thing. It's what really makes the whole Giveth platform worth it. They need to get the money You know, the nonprofits need to get money in their bank account. They don't need crypto in their wallets. So, well, thank you all so much. And now I think we're just doing